Boker Or, Mishna Yomi, Masechet Sanhedrin, Perek Zayin, chapter 7, Mishnah Vav and Zayin, 6 and 7. Haoved avodah zara. Somebody that's doing avodah zara. Echad haoved. Doesn't matter whether it's the person that's going to worship them in the normal fashion. Echad zoveach, ve'echad mkater, ve'echad mnasech, ve'echad mishtaveh. Whether he's going to do a korban, which is zoveach, or mekater, which is burning an offering, right? Or minasech. Minasech is like yain nesech. He's pouring wine. Or mishtachaveh, or he's bowing down to the idol, which even though it's not the usually way of how to do it, he accepts it upon himself as a god. He says that you are my god, right? So in all these cases, right, these are the ones which are going to get stoning. Why? Because that's avodah zarah. Meaning the avodah zarah does not have to be the only way of doing it. Even if he's going to bring a korban to it, or he's going to say all these things is avodah zarah. Aval am gafef. If somebody's going to hug an idol, hamnashek or kisses it, hamchabet sweeps the floor in front of it, hamarbit sprinkles water like water on the dirt around it, hamnachetz washes it, or hasach rubs it with oil, malbish stresses it, vamanil or he puts shoes on it, over below taaseh. He transgresses negative commandment, but he doesn't get killed because since that's not the way that it's usually going to be worshipped, so therefore he doesn't get killed. He doesn't get sekila for it. Hanoder bishmo, if somebody's going to come and make a vow in the name of the idol, right? Vamkayem bishmo, or he swears in the name of the idol, right? Over below taaseh. Again, he's not going to be put to death, but he gets a negative commandment. Hapoer atzmo lebal peor, if he's going to come and make his necessities on bal peor, that is the way that he's going to serve them, and therefore it's going to be a problem. He's going to throw a stone in the markulis. Again, he's going to come and he's going to be killed because that's the way of doing it. Meaning that this is the way of doing. Meaning, if you're going to do the normal way of doing the avodah zarah, that in itself is going to be the problem. Okay, the next one was if you give your child to the molech. So Mishnah Zayin, right? Number 7. If somebody is going to give his children to the molech, he's not going to be chayav unless he's going to pass the child, right, through the space over the fire. Okay, but if he gave it to the molech without putting him in the fire, so he gave it to the priests of the molech, remember these are like the priests, and without putting it into the fire, or he threw him through the fire, but he did not give it to the priest, he has to do both. Okay, that's what it says. Okay. He says Bal Ov. What was the next one? Bal Ov Ideoni. Bal Ov the pitom. It's a fortune teller. So what does he do? He takes a skull, he burns incense in it, and then he starts asking him the future, and it answers. Hamdaber mishichyo. If he's going to speak from his armpits, right? Again, it's like raising the spirits, and they start speaking from his armpits. Videoni. What is Ideoni? He's hamdaber befiv. He's speaking. He puts a bone from an animal called yadua in his mouth, and then the bone starts speaking from his mouth. And all these things, this is called skila. Now, if you're going to ask them a question, you're going to have a warning. It's a prohibition. It's an isur. But again, you're not going to be put to death. Meaning the one that's doing it gets put to death. But the one that's asking the question does not get put to death.